Today we're gonna make a workout compilation, so I'm gonna help you to be more creative using your furniture, everything you can find in your home for creating your own workout. So watch the videos, make up your own workout out of them, and have fun. Okay, so for this exercise we're gonna do squats, and how you can do this, obviously you can always do squats just normally, but if you want to make it harder at home, you can do them one-legged, for example, and because that's quite difficult just doing it by yourself one-legged, you can, for example, use any kind of chair that you have, and for example place one leg on the chair to give you a bit more support and balance while you go down. And then you can obviously switch. If you want to do it a little bit differently, either because you don't like the exercise or because you want to vary it a bit more, you can also start by sitting down onto the chair, keeping one leg up to the front, and then slowly lowering yourself and getting back up. And also here, never forget the other leg. Okay, next one is some sort of stair climbing, I'd say. And the way we're going to do it first is you place one leg on the chair, the couch, your bed, whatever you find that makes you have some sort of step in front of you. And then you can go up, always lifting the other leg all the way up. And the way you can do this is either like this, so alternating, and then you do 40 repetitions, for example, so 20 each leg. Or if you want to focus on one leg a little bit more, you can also do it 20 times one leg and then switching to the other leg. So always staying on the same leg. Before then switching to the other leg. That's a little bit personal preference, but you can try both, see which one you like better. Second one, where you focus on one leg first, is a little bit more strength on the leg, and the other one is a bit more cardio, but your choice. If you have something that's stable enough, either your couch, this is also basically stable enough, many chairs probably won't be, but if you do, or if you want to do it in your hallway on the stairs, you can of course also jump on it. So okay, next one we're going to do is the hip lifter. And for that, you can again use any kind of chair, couch, or your bed to get your feet up and lay down. If you want to place a mat underneath your back or a carpet, blanket if you want to. But for this one, it's also not too bad doing it without. And so you bring your hip all the way up. So from your knees to your shoulders, you're basically one straight line. And especially at the very top, try to really squeeze your butt. And then slowly move up and down. Really squeezing when you're at the top. You can obviously also do this without any chair, so you can also do it on the ground. This will make it a lot easier. But if you're tired of those and want to make it harder, use a chair, get your feet up, and if that's still not enough, you can obviously also do it one-legged. So bringing one leg up in the air, and then still squeezing when you're all the way at the top. This might feel a little bit more exhausting on your hamstrings though, and a little bit less on your butt. So if you want to work more on your butt, do it with 2 legs. Really try to squeeze at the top, and if you want, you can always try to put a weight on your hip as well, a full water bottle, or whatever you have in your apartment. Okay, another fun one to involve another type of equipment or furniture. So we're gonna lift your legs. So it's lower back and working your booty at the same time. You will try to get your hip to the edge of your bed. Hold on to anything you have at the front, and then try to bring your legs all the way up, as high as you can. And if you want to make it a little bit harder, you can use something that you can put between your legs, like a soccer ball, a pillow, anything really works. So you really have to squeeze your legs together while you do the exercise. And then, same thing. Bringing your legs as high up as possible. And again, do set yourself a certain amount of repetitions you want to do, 10, 15 repetitions, and make several sets of that. Maybe combine them with different exercises so you don't do the sets right after each other, but anyway, really works. Okay, next thing we're going to do is some push-ups. You can probably, or you all know push-ups, you probably have all done them before. So, basic exercise, you go in a plank, and then push up and down. You can always also do them with your knees on the ground. I'm going to show you a few ways of making them easier and harder. So to make them easier, you can obviously bring your hands higher up, so you don't have to push your whole body weight up and down. And a good way to do this is use something like your kitchen table. A chair might work, your counter in the kitchen. Lean against it. And really try to keep your body also in this exercise really straight. And in one line. Here you can, for example, do 5 sets of 10 repetitions and take a short break in between, so you get a certain volume without getting too tired. If that's too easy and you don't want to just do normal push-ups, you can always do the opposite thing and bring your legs up somewhere. For me, the kitchen table is too high. If you want, you can always go higher. I'm going to use a chair. Also here, try to keep your body as stable as possible. You can do the same thing here, five sets of 10 repetitions, depending on how you feel. If you want something in between, but still normal push-ups are a bit too boring for you, you can always fill your backpack up with water bottles to make it harder. If it has a clip, even better. And then you can also do your normal push-ups a nice way of creating some kind of weight. Also when you do squats, for example, if you add a backpack, you make yourself heavier, and add some weights if you don't want to carry anything in your hands. That's a nice way of doing it. Okay, next exercise we're going to do is dips. So for your triceps, the back of your upper arms, the way you can do this rather easily is by using your table again, for example, leaning against it, and then lowering your body. So, and then pushing all the way up again. You want to have your hands a little bit wider than your body width. And try to extend your arms all the way. That's a very nice way of starting to train that exercise. If this is too easy and you want to make it a little bit harder, a nice way of doing it is using 2 chairs. It's good if they're quite stable and rather heavy chairs. Just that way you can just place your hands on each chair, lift your feet off the ground, and then again push yourself all the way up. The lower you can go with this, the harder the exercise gets. If you don't have 2 chairs that are suitable for this, you might have a corner, for example in your kitchen, like this one, and then you can do basically the same thing, placing your hands at a width that feels comfortable, lifting your legs off the ground, and then you can even guide yourself a little bit by sliding up and down. I can't do too many of them, that's why I'm going to leave it with this, but if you feel good, try to do dips for actually pushing your whole body weight up and down. For this one we're going to do a shoulder raise, so we're going to work on our shoulder muscles. And I have 2 water bottles here. You can make them as big as you have got them at home, or if you want to use anything else as a weight, you have full wine bottles that you hadn't had the chance to drink yet, or an empty milk carton that you can fill up with water, whatever you can grab quite easily into your hand. And then we're going to start off with lateral shoulder raises, so keeping your upper body stable and straight, also keeping your arms straight, and then lifting them to the side all the way up. If you only have 1 water bottle or want to concentrate more on one side, you can also do 10 to 20 repetitions with one side first, depending a little bit on the weight you're using, and then going on to the other side, doing the same amount of repetitions on both sides at the end of the exercise. What you can also do is frontal shoulder raises, so do the same thing, but then lift the weight to the front. And if you want, you can also combine those kind of exercises, make up your own routine. You can go up to the front, out sideways, down, and then out sideways, up to the front, and combine that in any way that you like your exercise routine. Okay, another fun exercise you can do at home is trying to work on your handstand a little bit Also fun if you're not specifically training handstand at the moment. You can again use any kind of chair, your bed, your couch. Get your feet up and try to bring your body weight over your hands. And then stay here for 5 seconds. Relax a little bit and then go up again for 5 seconds. And do a couple of sets, like 5, 6 sets of this exercise. Quite exhausting for your shoulders and your arms, especially if you're not used to this kind of loading. If you then want to go a step further, you can also use some kind of wall that you have, your entrance door to your apartment, for example, and actually try to go into the handstand by walking your feet up the wall. The closer you get to the wall, the more exhausting it's going to be. So you can start off by being quite far away and just slowly moving closer. Just a fun exercise in between. Okay, we're going to do one exercise for the abs, and I'm going to show you different ways of how you can do this. If you have sort of a foam roll, this works perfect. So you just place your shins on the foam roll in a planking position, and then bring your knees to your chest by rolling forward, basically. Trying to keep your upper body stable, and only your legs are moving. And with this exercise, you can perfectly do, you can time it and, for example, do several 2-3 sets of 30 seconds of this exercise. If you don't have a foam roll, you might have a soccer ball or any kind of ball in that similar size range. Same thing, harder on your balance, but makes the exercise kind of cool. Same thing, keeping your upper body stable, rolling forward on the ball. If you also don't have a ball or anything else that you feel is suitable for rolling over it, you can also put on some really woolen socks. I don't have the perfect socks on for this at the moment, but you can also, the slipperier the socks, the better. Do the same thing by sliding your feet over the ground. Also a perfect way of cleaning your apartment and working out at the same time. Okay, we have 2 more ab exercises, and I'm going to start off with passing along. So you take anything that you can basically squeeze between your feet. Can be a pillow, a ball. Yeah, a pillow is probably the thing that works the best. You can use a foam roll if you have a foam roll. And you lay on your back and then extend your arms and your legs as low as you can, trying to keep your lower back always pressing against the floor. So if you feel your lower back tilting, then don't move your legs as far down. Stop at this point where you can still control it. Then you pass it along between your arms and your feet like this. You can do this either repetition based or with a time limit. So I think 30 seconds is probably a good start if you want to do it time based, or about 10 to 15 repetitions if you count every time the pillow is back in your hands as one repetition. Okay, another exercise is also sitting on the ground, getting your feet off the ground if you can. It makes it easier if you also don't want to keep the balance. You can put your feet on the ground and then you get some weight in your hands and pass it from side to side. Trying to keep your lower body as stable as possible, not rotating too much. If you want to add a bit more fun to it, and I guess also engages your core a little bit more, you can actually hit the ball on the ground every time you move from side to side. If you don't have a ball that bounces, we tried it, it also works with the pillow. So same thing, just throwing the pillow on the ground to get this extra activation of your core and add a bit more fun to the exercise or blow off any steam that might have built up over the day. Have fun!